Hey guys, so just doing a quick job on the freelander today. So it's going to be the track rod ends. It's going to be doing both sides. Just had it going through the MOT and it failed on both track rod ends. So it's just a quick job I've got to do today, which I'm, in fairness, I'm not too concerned about. I mean, the car's 18 years old, so 18 years old to only have track rod ends, not bad considering I take it off road most weekends. So we're going to be jacking up the front. So these obviously go on the front of the vehicle and your steering arms. So yeah, jacking up the front, we're going to take the wheels off just so it's better to show you guys what we're doing and how we're doing it. But the idea is you basically thread these on, so they've got a thread in there, if I can get it on the camera. So they've got a thread in there and then a bolt to clamp it down, and then these go on through into the suspension bit. So yeah, we're going to get the new ones on. I can imagine the only bit that's going to be difficult on the old ones is going to be this bolt. I can imagine that is going to be a bit of a pain. But we're going to see how it goes and see if we can get it done fairly quick. So let's crack on and get these done. Okay, so yeah, that's the vehicle up in the air now, so she's nice up, the wheels are off. And the bit we're going to be replacing is this one here. So this is our track rod end here. And so yeah, so this bit we're going to be replacing. So I'm probably going to have to get a wire brush to the bolt in here, just to sort of clean up any thread, etc. Probably take the wire brush to this one as well, just to expose any thread on the bottom here. And then we're going to attempt to get this one undone and this one undone, and we're going to take it from there. Okay, so we're going to start on bottom one here, which I think is an 18. Hopefully. Lovely. Okay, so that's the bolt off, just got that there. Okay, so now we've got that one off, we're going to get the, well, 1/2 inch off on the back here, and we're just going to use 1/2 inch and the breaker bar, because it is very tight. Okay, so that's that one out. Okay, before we go any further, I'm just going to mark out where the rod end ends, just so when I put it back in again. And what I'm going to do is when I am done with this, I'm going to go and get the tracking done when I get the MOT redone. Should be that on there. That's just a marker now, so I know where the end of this goes, so when I put the new ones back on I can get it to that point, and then I'm going to get the tracking done, make sure it all lines up as it should. Anyway, so really exciting to get to record this. So we've got the ball joint out of the steering knuckle. I'll try and record on the other side, and if I can I'll insert it in here, but it was kind of seized beyond all human comprehension. So it involved heating up with one of these for a while, and whilst we were heating it, getting a nice breaker bar underneath, applying some pressure. So if you look at it there, kind of underneath the ball joint, giving it some pressure, and then a rather large gravity adjustment tool hitting the knuckle itself, so not the thread, not anything else, hitting that knuckle. You know, this bit here, it's still going to be hot. So hitting that bit there, sort of around the sides, around the back, and moving it around. And that eventually just freed up that ball joint, you know, because we were applying heat at the same time, so I got a bit of help from my dad. He was blasting it with the heat, I had the sort of tyre iron underneath it to apply the pressure, and then whacking it with a hammer, and it eventually came loose and sort of just popped on out. So sorry about the long explanation there, but yeah, it took a long time to get that actually, so be prepared to spend a lot of time doing this if they are seized as much as this one was. So the next bit is just going to be unscrewing it, and then threading the new one on, plonking it down through, and then tightening it up. And like I said, we've got that adjustment bit on there as well marked out, so we know where to thread it onto. So let's go on and do that bit next. Okay, so now we're just undoing the track rod end. Now on these, on this side it's backwards, so I'm turning it right to undo it. I just got a pair of mole grips, and what I've done is I've just gripped the bottom of the ball joint, and where obviously the rubber's all melted away from the heat, just gripping the sort of top and bottom of the ball joint block, and just turning it around to the right, which you would think would be doing it up. It's loosening it off. Just going to keep spinning it. I mean, in fairness, the thread underneath is pretty clean, so that's probably a good marker for where we're going to do the next one up to anyway, even without the tape or the marker that I did before. There he is. Okay, so that's that first one out. That was a hell of a job. So, a bit warm still. So there's the old one, all rusted and, well, now a bit more mangled than it was before. There's my nice shiny new one. So I went with Lemforder in the end. I just heard good things about them, so I went with those ones. So I'll leave a link as well to where I got them from. But yeah, nice new ones, feel pretty sturdy. So yeah, I think on this one they noted the ball joint was knackered, so I mean, I know we've been bashing it anyway, but there is literally nothing in there at all. It's just completely floppy. Similar to the suspension wishbones when I did those, this one, once you got the plastic cap off, feels a bit more rigid, feels a bit more strong. So that should obviously help fix it. So I say get rid of the old, in with the new. Okay, so we're just going to thread on the new one. So before we put it on, make sure you take off the nut. One thing I like about these Lemforder ones, they seem to come with all new nuts and bolts. Take off the plastic cap, and then we're left again with a nice new one. So let's get him on. So with the before, with lining up where it went to, there's actually a nice even rust mark, which nicely tells me where the old one was as well. Like I said before, this is way more rigid than that previous one, so that's going to be nice and strong and new. So it's going to be left hand to tighten. Just move this around until it sort of helps that drop in. So what I've done is I've got it done nicely now. So what I did was I was just moving this sort of left and right, and eventually it will just kind of drop into place. There we go. So you can sort of adjust it around a little bit until, there we go. So it drops in nicely into place. So that's now where we want that to be. So I'm just going to put this on there loosely for now. Let's have a look. There we go. And then we're going to get in the nice 1/2 inch. Okay, so he's going to come up in from there. Just going to do him up enough just to get him in for now. And then it's this one. So he was our big one. These look lovely new. So that's that up tight. So now it's just going to be this one here, which was our 1/2 inch, which I believe is still on my ratchet. I'll ratchet like this. Right. So that's both of those done up tight now. So that is that side done. So it's going to move on to the other side. I probably won't record much of the other side. What I will do is just record getting the ball joint out so I can use that and insert it back where we said. But that is that one done. So in fairness, once you've got it out, it's not, well, once you've got this ball joint out from the knuckle, it's not that bad of a job. Like I said, we just used a bit of heat, bit of effort from these, so you know, underneath the thing, and just whacking the knuckle, and it got it out. So again, once you sort of figured that out, it wasn't too bad of a job. I think you could probably get this done fairly quickly, and with sort of fairly minimal tools, as long as you've got a bit of heat, etc. You can use the pickle forks. I did have some, but I have no idea where they are. But I think, to be honest, with the effort we had to put in to get it off, I'm not 100% sure you could use those for this. I mean, say if they're less seized, you might have been able to. But yeah, that's that one done, nice and new. So let's do the other side. Okay, so back up to where we were on the other side. So we've got the nut off there, and the bolt out there. So they're both off. So now it's going to be getting this one out. So again, we're going to use the same technique as last time, just because it worked and we can't bother to mess around anymore. So I'm going to get the tyre iron, the lever underneath here, and we're going to get some heat on it, and then we're going to whack it with the hammer. And like I say, I'll do my best to record it so you can see how we do it. And that way, hopefully, it helps you guys out as well. Something, is it moving? Ah, it. That was fun. So hopefully that shows just how much work goes into getting them off. You say, like, you know, a lot of heat, a lot of whacking. Let's see, we heat it up, sprayed with WD-40, let it cool. Heated it up, sprayed with WD-40, let it cool. That was the third time, so we heated it up again, sprayed with WD-40, lever under that, under the actual track rod, and just whack everything you can, and eventually it will come out. It's not the most subtle ways of doing it, and like you say, you will ruin the thread on the bottom of the track rod there. But in fairness, like I said, we're not reusing it. We're putting new ones in there. So yeah, bit of fun. But there you go. That's that one out. So I'll let it cool down for a couple of minutes now. Undo it like we did the other side. Probably with the mole grips again. And then sorry, I got slightly cold. Then we're gonna get it on the thread, put the new one on there. Once it's off, the new one's actually dead simple. It's like 3 seconds, so that shouldn't be too bad. So I'll let it cool off, and then we'll do that again. So yeah, that's the track rod. So that's the last bit done, and then we're done. Right, so mole grips back on the end of the track rod in there. So yeah, it is anti-clockwise on this one, as you normally do. So it's the opposing way to the other side. There he is, all mangled but out. Ow. Okay, so now threading it in. So the idea is you kind of want to get this set in the same place as you did the other side, so that they're equal distance apart. That's the most important part up until the point where you can get the tracking done, and I'd recommend getting that done as soon as possible. So I'm likely to try and get that done. It's a Sunday today, so I won't be able to do it today, but I'd likely try and do it as early as possible, Monday, Tuesday time. Take that. There we go. Send down in. Get him up just there for now. Okay, so that's that side done now. So nice new track rod end, well, track rod, tie rod end on that side now. So yeah, that's both of them done. So hopefully this video has been useful. Like I say, it's difficult kind of getting in and recording right underneath here, especially when we're doing, you know, the heat and hammer and things like that. So hopefully it sort of shows how we did it. And this is useful to some people out there. Like I say, that's them done. So it's just going to get the wheels back on and then we're done. So yeah, I got a few more videos coming out soon and another announcement for the channel as well. So stay on board, please, you know, subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe, because it's going to help me keep growing and also going to help you keep on top of all my announcements. And I've got a few pretty cool ones coming up soon. So yeah, see you guys on the next one.